by?
Trioptical.
So yeah, we've got so much been playing. Maybe a middle segment, maybe some news. Who knows? And yeah, RPG. We need to like figure something out with like the schedule because he's like working when we're recording. And it's one of those again where it's like, oh, the teams aren't assembled all the time. It's weird. So yeah.
We were assembled last night, though.
Oh, we were.
It was way later than I thought it was.
Yeah, that was weird. Like like when we first started and like after the raid, and then like I didn't check the time because I was like whatever, and then like we just like it just yeah kept going and going.
Yeah.
And Tropical is still online. I was like, wait a minute, Tropical's usually not here by now. That was weird. I was like, holy crap, Tropical's playing. And he's like on it reset. He's like, so what happens at reset? I've never been here. I thought that was pretty funny.
This is really funny. Yeah, usually, because I'm usually really tired by the time we've done 3 raids. And then, or maybe it was because I only did 2 yesterday, and then I jumped out and let RPG, like, he showed up. And then, so he was in the 3rd raid, and I just started playing Iron Banner. But we're still in the same party, so who did we have? Crafty was the 6th in that one? Yeah. And I was just, like, listening to you guys Sherpa him through. And yeah, there were some parts that sounded really difficult, like oh, it was like even opening like the war priest, yeah, it was like the right side I guess kept dying or something. I'm just sitting there playing my own thing and like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like I suppose party chat. When you think about it, like party chat and Xbox getting their feedback from users saying, oh, party chat is awesome, they must have assumed that snap features would be, like the greatest thing ever because, but I guess they forgot to take into account that a lot of the games that people play a lot on Xbox Live and Xbox are games that you don't really have to pay attention to. It's not about immersion, it's just about doing stuff, and so it's fun to do stuff and chat with your friends. So when I was playing Destiny, Iron Banner, I was like, yeah, I don't have to super pay attention to like sounds and the artwork and all that. It's just sort of like I'm running around shooting dudes. And so yeah, in those situations, like wow, party chat is very cool.
Yeah, Iron Banner is back for the first time here too. I gotta say, I do enjoy being at the top of the mountain, able to withstand attacks from those who have not ascended yet, and it's like
that is really cool. People were shooting me in the head with sniper rifles, and like it would take me down to just like a speck of health, but I would still be alive.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even over 300 at that point. I was at like 296, and I was like, whatever these people are, like they are out of their league here.
I had the coolest thing happen today because I was we were playing and then like we got Titan smashed and I was like, oh no, because I saw it coming, and then like 3 people like around me died but I didn't. I was like, I'm not dead. I'm not dead. And I was like, it's a miracle. And I'm like, oh wait, maybe I just have a higher light level than that person. So I was like, how? So I was just like sat around thinking, I was like, how did I survive that? That's never happened before. And then that was just hilarious.
You got to feel what it feels like to be a yellow health knight. Oh, Titan Smash? Whatever. It's cool. I'll just hit you with my sword later. Yeah, Iron... So, what do you think, like... Oh, I guess I saw the bounties because I was at the refresh, which is weird. What do you think about Iron Banner, the return in year 2?
I like how there's a lot of the automatic stuff, but then the fact that it doesn't tell you that the weekly bounties, when you turn them in, you're not going to get them in again, that was annoying. Luckily, I only did that on my Warlock, so the other 2 can just save them until like Sunday or Monday or whatever, and then just get a bunch of rep on it. But then I was lucky enough to get the drops from... Oh yeah, I got the sidearms, that was cool today. So that dropped for me. And then
nice.
The Warlock and the Titan got the class items to drop for them. So I'm hoping the Hunter will get it too, so I don't have to buy it. So yeah, it's nice it's added to like the loot table, but it's such a low drop because I was playing for like 6 hours on Tuesday, or yeah, Tuesday. That was yesterday, and I was like, oh, well, I wasn't like, oh, but yeah, after I got those, I was like, yeah, this is the odds of getting this. Yeah, not high.
Does it drop the exact same one that he's selling, or does it
No, it
have
does
different
not
stuff on
because
it?
I
Oh.
had one, and then someone I was playing with earlier, and they were both different because mine was arc, his was solar, and then the perks on them were different. I think it
Huh.
keeps the first one, which is Zen Moment, unless it can be different. And then we had second, or the second perks was different on both of ours.
Hmm.
So that's neat.
Yeah. At least it's not, you keep getting the same thing over and over and over again.
And then it's weird because they added, well, they didn't add Reforged, but like just on the exotic armors, like with the recent update, you can re-roll the perks on them, which is kind
Mm.
of infuriating. When I bought so many helmet Ingrams from there, like the first or second week, trying to get the light beyond Nemesis, because that's my helmet I use, I know a lot, and then it didn't have Inverse Shadow, and I was like, and then I had tried to get, or like the one he sold the next week had Inverse Shadow, and I was like, oh crap, I didn't know they had different stats or whatever, and I was like, and now it's like, oh, you can just reroll them now, but you have to buy something from Zur, so I'm going to guess it's probably not a lot of strange coins, but it's definitely not as many as I spent on helmet Ingrams to get that stupid helmet, so whatever.
Yeah, kind of related to that. At one point, you guys were discussing how like Zaffro and Paranoid were like level 25 or something with their factions, and like,
Oh yeah.
and basically they just went and spent all their motes of light and everything. Zaffro was talking about like he only had 3 weapon parts or something like that. I was like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
We have played so much. Even I, who I have the least hours among all of us. I have like 300 weapon parts. Maybe,
Um,
not playing as much also means I haven't used as many, but still.
that is true. The need for them, not there.
But yeah, like that sounds like an interesting way to do it cuz you can trade lots like radiant shards and stuff. Do you think those are ever going to be useful other than being converted into other stuff?
No.
Pretty much what I was thinking. So I might try to do some of the Mozilite stuff, or switch to Mozilite, and then. Although, is it free? I think it costs Glimmer.
It has Glimmer.
Okay, but you can also exchange it for Glimmer.
Yeah, it's pretty much like, yeah, turns the
Go,
speaker into a banker.
go play currency market,
With your
and
obsolete ascendant materials.
then give it all to one of the cults. Or mine is a cult. One of the factions.
One of the cults.
Yeah, raid was pretty uneventful, I suppose.
Well, there was that one time when you jumped on the platform before me because I was floating or something. I don't remember. I hit the platform wrong,
yeah.
and then Tropical had to like save the day, and I was like,
I
just go
grabbed the thing
Tropical.
and say,
You can do it.
Yeah, I wonder, because it seems like all of you guys switch your agility up for the jumping parts. And I actually hadn't done it, except for that one time where I was stuck jumping on the ships for a long time.
Oh, I don't do it with the Titan.
Okay,
I
so
just do it with the
Titan,
Warlock and the Hunter.
it's
Yeah.
just Titan has that ability then. Lift makes you go high.
Yeah, like the jetpack or something. It's
Mm.
not fair.
So yeah, the real highlight this so far, I think this week has all been Iron Banner stuff. It has been pretty fun.
It's actually cool because like I don't think I've seen anybody that's 310 like at all. So
Really? Wow.
that smart new system, but yeah, I'm not the only one. So yeah,
Actually, that's true. Like the highest I've seen is 309.
yeah. I have a friend of my friend list at 309. So
Was that
or a couple of
that
friends.
one where we got destroyed? Was that 2 309s against us?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But for the most part, it was kind of how I imagined it. It's like, oh, Tekken and RPG, like RPG's been super lucky, so he's pretty highlight level, and Tekken has been playing a lot, and he's pretty light level, and since I'm not even highlight level, and I'm doing pretty well, so I think we get our raid team together, and we can just roll over other teams. Too bad so many of them hate the Crucible. Does it, like, they keep talking about lag and the typical things that you complain about for online multiplayer. It's like I haven't really noticed any of that stuff.
No, not a significant amount. I mean, it's like a bit. It's really rare, so it's like it'll happen, but it's not something that's happening all the time.
Yeah, I don't really. Although I guess some of them do have pretty unpredictable internet. That leads to weird stuff happening in the raid. Like when Oryx's chest wouldn't open.
Oh, that was weird.
that was a really weird
I'm
one.
just sitting there waiting, like, what's going on?
I'm like, uh-oh, everyone's dropping. Yep.
But yeah, with trials every week now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this game, because it's like, at first I was like, okay, I think I'm settling into a groove here, and then I'm bannering trials this week, and now it's like, well, trials is every week, so, ugh, whatever. I guess I'll figure it out.
I want to know what the prizes are. Like, that was the thing that drove me into Iron Banner this week. I went in and I looked and was like, I guess there's only one armor piece you can get now, right?
Yeah, the boots.
But the class item also counts as armor now, I guess. So
That is
two
true.
things. But yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, that's not as cool. But the sidearm, wow, it looks like it's basically the sidearm I've been using with the silencer, which that's why I think it's really cool. It's that one, but it's Iron Banner themed, and it has like a wolf engraving on the side. Like, how can I not want, like, okay, now I do have to play Iron Banner. And it's kind of cool. Like, I haven't played a ton of Destiny over the last few weeks. And yeah, I guess that time that I spent getting destroyed in the Crucible on maps I didn't understand, and then not doing that for a while has paid off, because now I understand. It's like, oh, where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do. It's like, oh, it's either because I warmed up in the raid before doing this, or yeah, it's just I had time to digest getting killed all those
Yeah, that
times.
was really cool. Like, I went to play Iron Banner with, like, Top 20 RPG, like, right after the raid, and I was a bit miffed about not getting loot drops. It's whatever. And so, like, I was just, like, coming off of that, just, like, super amped, and I was, like, still, like, I was, like, already warmed up because we'd already been raiding, and then I was just, like, destroying every match. I was like, wow, I'm just, like, I'm doing ridiculous.
Crazy.
And I had, like, the light level boost because I was on my Warlock, like 306 or something, and I was like, yeah, just eating them up is great.
For most games, I think you were, like, at least 25% of our total points. There was that one game where you, me, and RPG were, like, you and I had over 50%, and then RPG had, like, 3,000 or something. It was crazy. Like, the rest of the team did not show up, or we were, like, way out leveled. Or they were way out leveled.
Oh yeah, Shadow was like dispatching us like while we were raiding. Of like, we've had like lockdown for we've gotten like lockdown 3 times. I was like, wait, what? Like, nobody high levels played right now. Like, or there's just not a lot of 300 level players out there. And I was like, I
Yeah.
use it to my advantage.
It was because actually I lost most of the games while I was listening to you guys raid. But when I looked at the scoreboard, it's like, wow, I'm doing super well. And, you know, maybe it's like Kobe and the Lakers, and when Kobe is doing super well, then the Lakers lose. But then I remembered, like, oh, wait, this is Iron Banner. And so I started looking at light levels, like, oh, that's why, like, somehow I am higher light level than other people. And that's why I'm doing super well, like, pretty easily. But it's not enough. Like, one person on the team can't do everything.
Yeah, also
So that was
I
interesting.
also saw it through like getting multiple 3010 pieces, or not 3010, 310 pieces. That like, yeah, that mountain to get there is substantial, and
Yes.
and your only hope is Iron Jesus. So, you know, still giving up that race because out of my hands now.
Pretty much. Smart loot just means actively trolling. Whereas before it was just like random trolling that appeared to be active trolling, but it was random.
Oh,
now
man.
it's like doing it on purpose.
Yeah, because I got like an exotic out of the exotic chest in the raid, and it was 310, and then I got an exotic Ingram of my most used item, or like what my like yeah my hunter's Celestial Nighthawk, and I was like like after I saw it and Rahul decrypted it, and I was like, is it 310? And it was not 310, and I was very upset, and I was like, yeah, whatever. Should have known. Destiny. Ugh.
Crazy. Yeah, so the moldering shard thing.
Oh yeah, that too. here's 2 shards for the 20 minutes to review.
If you don't know what this is, basically, I guess they give you moldering shards throughout the raid, and if you collect, I think 20 of them,
yeah.
right? When you defeat Oryx, you get an extra item. So usually you only get 1, and if you have 20, then those are exchanged and you get 2. And I guess there's 2 ways to look at it, because in that one where I got 2 moldering shards, I also got, I think it was the ghost shell. I was like, okay, I don't have the ghost shell, so that's something. So you can either look at it as I traded in 20 moldering shards and I got a ghost shell, or I traded 20 moldering shards and I got 2 back. Because, like, I guess if they're going to keep the system, they should probably separate that. I mean, I guess it sucks either way. It's like, oh, I beat Oryx and all I got was 2 moldering shards. But still, sort of like the, is it called 3 of coins? 3 of something?
Yeah, 3 coins.
It had to be exotic engrams, because if it was legendaries, you would never know that it worked or not, because sometimes legendaries do drop. I've never seen one. Okay, I've seen 1. But yeah, if it's just legendaries, like, oh yeah, it totally works. Or nope, it doesn't work. So it has to be exotic ones. Have you they patched that, right? Have you seen exotic drops recently? Using the
well,
coins.
the thing is, like, I'm using them differently now, so I'm just using 1 every week on the Nightfall and Heroic, and then if I get it, I get it, and if I don't, I don't. So I'm just. But since I mean, the one, well, I haven't seen it one since the patch date, but not counting that one in the raid. But that's because I don't know why it dropped. So
that was funny in the raid. We were that close to like figuring out a formula for getting exotics out of this one chest. Because that was pretty strange coincidence. I think it's happened. I think it was like 5 times. The 4th person to open the chest got an exotic. And then who was it? Gamer who opened it, and then there was nothing.
I don't remember. I think I don't know. I don't know.
Was it Zaphro's turn?
It might have been Zafro.
Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, that's that was really weird. Because on the second one, it's like, okay, second turn, and you did get something, and that was weird. Fun times. What else?
Oh, also, apparently, I guess there's supposed to be like weekly quests or something, and I didn't know like when it would trigger. I just knew it was tied to one of the quests, which I've been doing. I just haven't been putting a lot of effort into it because I've been trying to like get it done with all my characters. But then when they patched it, it basically made it that it's account based and not character based. So basically, all the time I spent in that quest to get all my characters to like the same spot, so I could like evenly get them through. All for nothing, because I only need 1 to do it now. Yay. Oh, whatever. Supposedly they're Nightfall tier rewards for doing them, but I haven't got to the part where I actually finished the quest, so I've got to see what it's like. But now I kind of feel like all that time wasted, so now I'm going to just get it done so I can, like, not be like a month out and like not have it done. And like all like, because I'll just be thinking in my brain of like all the time I spent not getting it done that I could have had it done to get like all these quests done, to get all the sweet loot. And yeah, you just be upset about it. So now I'm just gonna like storm through it with my warlock, and, like whatever, getting it done. And yeah,
that's the one that's mostly Crucible stuff.
It's all Crucible stuff. It's what you get. I don't know who you get it from, but they send you basically all over the tower, and everybody gives you like something to do in the Crucible. Because right now I'm on the gunsmith, and he says get 6 auto rifle kills and win a match. Because the last one was the robot across from Shaxx, and he's like get 1,200 points and win 3 times or something. So yeah. And I have no idea what the reward is, if it's a weapon or nothing, or just, oh, you get legendary, or not legendary, but these you get the exotic, or, I'm sorry, the weekly
the weekly
quest line.
bounties.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, yeah, the Iron Banner ones, which I imagine, that's what they're sort of like. They are sort of cool. It's actually like there's less bounties, but it feels like it's less tedious, I suppose, because the 3 daily ones rotate and are different every day, it seems, and then the weekly ones you still get. I think in the end, you'll look at it, and if you're able to accomplish all of them, you get around the same amount of XP and rep and stuff. But it's just like there are less, quests, not quests, bounties that you have to do every single day.
Yeah, just the 3 dailies.
Yeah,
Especially if you
so
have
it's
the
like
daily one's already done. It's just like, okay, I'm just
Yeah.
doing 3 dailies, and then work my permit, and hopefully it boosts me up high enough.
It was funny because when I started them after the second raid, which I thought was probably around 10 or 11, I was looking at them and was like, okay, yeah, these are probably going to take all week. And, well, I guess it was 5 hours later. Pretty much done with all of them. Except for the, you have to be rank 4 to turn one of them in.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, what was yesterday? Tuesday? Oh, so that was the first day. So yeah, by day 2, it's listed as 525 rep. And I turned one in, and it gave me 730 rep just for the one. And I was wearing the shader, a year 1 emblem. I think I took off the mark because it was pulling me down. But yeah, I was like, wow. Very quickly you can get that reputation if you just play. Or, I don't know if it's very quickly, because essentially I played 9 hours straight yesterday. Or this morning, I suppose. Far more than I thought. Maybe it's relatively quick. What else is there for Destiny?
Yeah, also, I guess, not really something important, but the gunsmith doesn't give me awesome guns anymore, so I guess, once you get to level 4, it's like the fun ride's over. I mean, I guess the thing is, like, once you get so many and you've accumulated so many awesome guns, it's like you can't just like keep getting guns that are like better and better and better and better and better. So
Yeah.
it's not just like a pinata of awesome loot. So
I mean, at this point, for my Titan, it's just this scout rifle that I got from the gunsmith, and I've just been infusing it the whole time. And so now, like, I'm only rank 1 with the gunsmith. I'm like, I don't even know if I need to progress with you anymore, because this is the gun I'm going to be using, and that's all I need.
well, the thing that I've been hearing with the gunsmith is that he gives you other exotic quests besides the slipper simulant one. So I think when you're rank 5, he gives you one. So yeah.
Are all of the, like, class-specific weapons, they come from his quests?
Yeah.
Okay.
That too.
Maybe someday, when I'm bored.
Optical, you get like a
Oh, it was
shotgun with a
cool.
Titan with
I don't know where I
ammo
got
and a
it.
Bubble.
Yeah, I got no backup plan.
Yeah.
I think I got it from the raid, but I guess my inventory was full, so I never saw it. But then when I went back and picked it up, and I guess it's not that useful in the raid. It triggers force barrier every time you get a shotgun kill. Only if your force barrier like ability is ready, like the cooldown is over. So it's not necessarily infinite force barrier. So yeah, in the raid it was kind of like, sometimes it saved me. Even in Crucible, it was just sort of, sometimes it saved me, because the thing is, if I shot you with a shotgun, chances are like I was already pretty close and I wasn't really dying, and then so I just shot you with the shotgun and now I have a force barrier. But usually there's no one else around, because if there was 2 or 3 of you guys, then I probably wouldn't have been able to get that close to kill you. Yeah. I don't really know how I feel about that one. I still like playing Defender in Crucible. That is exciting stuff. I got a lot of blast shields last night. That was pretty exciting. And then I think the funniest one was suppressing the warlock that had just been self-res. He came back and he was all ready to like melee the guy that had killed him, and just then was when the grenade detonated next to him, and suddenly he was just like, oh, just a normal warlock. And he died. Good times. So do you like Vertigo? What was it?
Yeah,
Was it RPG that doesn't like Vertigo?
That's the RPG that doesn't like it.
Okay. I like Vertigo. That one's fun. So many different places to pop up, and yeah, I guess in my on my break, my brain just figured out where the places are with long sight lines. And like that's where I like to go because I'm using the scout rifle. And generally, people will be, I guess, not tactically smart, and they'll just try to unload on me from, scout rifle distance with their auto rifles or their hand cannons. Like, what are you doing? You're just... yeah, I think I saved the video. There was just a section where guys were coming up an alley, and all of them were firing their auto rifles at me. It was just like... that's how I got my 10 kill streak. Because none of them could do enough damage. Plus, lower light level and all that. It was fun. So Trials is this weekend, eh?
Yep.
Are you gonna finish Iron Banner before then, or...?
I probably won't, just because I don't know if it's possible. But the thing is like with the rep increases, I can just get it like slowly over time, and I should get there. So I'm not sure if you get anything at level 5 besides that shader. That's the same one that you have from year 1 anyway. So I might not.
Oh, even the is a pulse rifle this week?
Oh, that's right. Pulse rifle.
That is that rank 5 or rank 4?
It might be 5. I'm not sure. I don't remember the ranks on them. I'm not worried about it because I'm pretty sure I'll get it. So it's just, yeah, for Trials I was like not sure. After playing like Iron Banner and seeing where people are on my friends list, I'm like, okay, good, we should be able to form a team and do this. I'm trying to get Saturday and Sunday off so I can just like focus on that all day long. But we'll see what happens.
Oh man, should be pretty simple, hopefully.
It's like the new format is like you get stuff if you win. That's like. And like it's like I never got the shader in year 1 until like the very end of like Trials. I was like, oh, finally got the shader. Like, like a month before taking King or something, or a couple months before taking King. Oh, we finally got the trial shader. Oh. Whatever.
Oh, so I guess take a moment to talk about Tess's new inventory.
Oh yeah.
And we actually got to see probably all of them because Gamer bought all of them. Apparently, like, he had to spend $40, I think.
32.
Well, like, total it cost that much, but he couldn't buy.
Oh, because he had to buy
just like the way that they sell them. Yeah,
currency,
like, you can only buy certain numbers of silver. Well, actually, I guess my first thought was, they did it pretty well. I think sometimes these sort of cosmetic or just like little microtransaction add-ons feel like things that should have been part of the actual game. Like Aliens Isolation, one of the extras that you could buy was you could play through the original Alien movie, sort of. And when you think about that, it's like, shouldn't that kind of be part of the original game? So those things feel bad, but then when I saw the emotes, I was like, huh, I don't feel any desire for any of these. So I'm okay with this. It doesn't feel like stuff that's like, oh yeah, you're really gonna want this thing. And like I think that's when people get upset. It's like, oh, we should everyone should get those. I bought the game, blah blah blah. Everything's mine. But no, yeah, with these I was just like, whatever.
It's also weird because like I feel like it just adds to the identity crisis that this game has of like, is it an MMO? Is it not an MMO? It's a first-person shooter with all these different things going on, and now there's all these emotes, and like you go to the tower and people are just like, it's just like I can't even take this game seriously anymore. It's just random people doing random things, and it's just like, well, any chance of me taking this game seriously at all went out the window, especially when Gamer just kept doing them during the raid. It's just like,
Yeah.
yep, Gamer, thanks for just breaking that immersion. Just gonna dance.
Although that made me wonder too. Is like, is this how Destiny is supposed to be like? Because like when you watch the like the live action TV commercials, they are sort of, the emotes fit those TV commercials. And what else? Like, you know how Cade 6 is always like joking around and stuff like that? It's like, it's sort of, all that seems to kind of fit into the world now. So, like, maybe that is, like, which part makes it feel like, or I guess sort of when you read the story, it's like, oh, the Traveler, the Golden Age is over, the Traveler is sort of dead, and sent out the last bits of its energy to fight against the darkness that's coming.
I could tell you, and he doesn't tell you.
Yeah, like, it seems like a more somber place, but maybe that's not how the Guardians view themselves. Maybe they view themselves as, like, straight up cowboys that are just out there.
Like, read any of like the item descriptions for like the Titan, where it's like blah 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 gave their last whatever, and like wherever someone died, it's like, geez, these armor descriptions are very depressing. It's all about where someone died. I don't know if I want to wear these. Jeez.
But then they also have ones like the last words, like not. What's the description?
There are some pretty funny ones actually.
Yeah.
Like the legendary cape you get in House of Wolves for the Hunter that was for killing Skolas. It was like, something about like how like wearing the cape makes them feel like a fallen or something weird.
So, maybe the universe of Destiny is actually lighter than it would have appeared just from like the backstory. Maybe?
Possible.
I'm kind of thinking that it is. Like, I was doing this for a different thing, but I was watching the old, like, the launch trailer that they had on TV.
Okay, chapter call. Destiny lighthearted, continue.
I don't know what I was saying.
You're saying like maybe that the world about Destiny being lighthearted and because of the commercials that you'd seen.
Yeah,
before you
I had just seen the commercials.
People using the new emotes.
And actually, my first look at the emotes was, I think Polygon had put up a video of all the emotes, and so I just watched the 2 trailers, and then I watched the emotes thing, and I was like, huh, that did not seem out of place at all.
I was so busy like Tuesday trying to get all my stuff done, I didn't even like bother looking through them. So like I still have not seen all of them, but I guess Jim was using them, so if he used all of them because he bought all of them, ... But he said like complaining because you can only equip 9. So yeah, I guess I haven't seen all of them, but yeah.
I don't know if I saw all of them either. Well, because the little notification that pops up in the bottom corner is different for each of the emotes. So we saw many of them. I don't know if we saw all of them.
That is true, because they added like, because like before it's like you could point to someone, you could dance with someone, you could sit. Well, I wouldn't say that you were sitting though. And then the left one I think is, or waves, dance, point, or the 3 you could like actively do that would notify other people, and then you could also sit. And then like now it has other stuff on there really.
Can you like did you get the free one?
I have not picked up any of them. No.
Okay. Yeah, neither have I. I'm wondering, can you reassign all 4 directions on the D-pad, or is it just you can change the point one? Because in your inventory, it looks like it takes the place of point, so you just lose point, which means you can only you can carry 9 of them, but you can only equip 1 of them at a time. That would be pretty crazy. How much time did gamers spend in the menus while we were running the raid? Because he used a lot of different ones.
That's a good question. I have no idea though.
Something to look at later on, I suppose. Or never. Again, yeah, I think it's cool because it feels like the right way to do DLC. Like, I'm sure someone wants them. We already know someone who bought all of them. But the fact that I do not feel like I need any of them is like, oh, that's cool. Like, what's DLC that I feel like I need?
I don't even know how that would work, Chapter Cole. Like, DLC that you need. Like, you need DLC that you like need or that you feel is like should be in the base game.
Yeah, for example, like I think it was Assassin's Creed 2. There were like 2 chapters that were skipped over in the main game, and then later it was revealed that those were being sold as DLC. Like, that feels like you're missing 2 chapters of your book. Yeah, so I guess that is the difference. When it feels like it's missing and then they add it as a pay-for add-on, that's when it's like bad. Whereas this one's just, yeah, it feels totally optional. It doesn't feel like...
Yeah, like the cosmetic stuff that you'd get in like usual DLC. Yeah. Of like, oh, it's a different costume, but you don't need it because it's just an extra costume.
I mean, like, if all shaders were like microtransactions, that would feel kind of sucky. But the emotes, I think, feels fine. That those are totally optional.
Yeah, I guess in hindsight, the thing that makes it weird is like the game wasn't like that from the beginning. So if it was like that from the beginning, it wouldn't be like so much pushback of people like complain about it. Like,
maybe
me, it's like whatever. I'm not going to spend money on that. So
because like, man, could you imagine if none of the shaders were free and it was all like paid microtransactions to get shaders? Like, everyone would have these mismatched colored armor and just, yeah, it would not look as cool as you can now. And then they would come out and say, oh yeah, we're selling these. So you would see them. I guarantee we would see a ton of people with them. But it would just, I don't know, I think that would feel not great. Whereas the emote one just feels fine. Especially since there's not really that much viable armor, especially in year 1. Like, you just kind of had to wear the raid gear or the Iron Banner stuff, and so without shaders, everyone looks exactly the same except for the face that you can customize in the beginning.
That is true.
So yeah, that would have gone. I think that would have been too far. The emotes seem fine. Maybe even emblems. I don't know if emblems. Maybe. Because in space, all you see is your ship and the emblem. Anyways, I would like to reiterate to everyone buying the silver, thank you for funding our upcoming year of Destiny content. Do we have anything else to say about Destiny?
I guess any fears we had before taking, is it going to be a disaster or not? Well, it's almost a month later and we're still playing it, so there you go.
Are you taking sort of a similar trajectory as when Destiny first came out? As far as the perhaps like emotional roller coaster ride.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not as bad as year 1. Year 1 is like, I think with year 2 is like you kind of know what to expect. So it's like, you know, with that behind me now, you can just kind of like get your bearings more faster. Of like what I knew was probably going to happen with raid gear. Was like, you're not going to have full raid gear, and it's going to be probably the same thing of like, oh, doing it every week, and that's where we're at. So whatever. So.
But is it sort of the same You
It
know,
does feel
maybe the
very
highs
same.
and lows are different magnitude, but it's like same sorts of situations and places.
Killing orcs the first time was pretty cool. So yeah, in that regard, I think a lot of things in Destiny do like revolve around the raid and like whatever the new expansion is. So now it's
Hmm.
looking forward. Yeah, 'cause now we're all looking forward to hard mode. So it's like, come on, hard mode, come on, hard mode. We're all just like pumped to play hard mode. We all got it down. Got our positions. Which is another cool thing. It just like reminds me of like we would like run model class every week. And it's like me and Tentacle would be on the right, Zachary would be in the center, and then RPG and Gamer and Hope would be on the left. That's so it's like we have like our own like we have like this like our positions down for like that whole thing of like Zachary does Jaws Golgi's gaze. Like
Oh
and then I get to be the
man,
platform runner at the end, and then yeah, it's a fun time.
I love the little names and stuff. Spooky Town is the place you go in the final moments. And Golgi is what's his real name?
Roll off, yeah.
Golgroth. I agree with Zafra though. I think I would get a Golgi plush because like plushes are they're like cutified versions of whatever they are, and it would be interesting to me. I think like what would a cute ogre look like as a plush form, and then Golgoroth is sort of different because it has like tentacles or whatever coming out its back, claws maybe. So yeah, just like Bungie, you guys should consider that. You have a Bungie store, and you should call it Golgi because I think that's perfect.
There are like ghost plushies and all, so you never know.
It's almost like the aimless island landscape.
Actually, there's like, yeah, there's like a similar trajectory I would say, just because like with the infusion system, I basically if I see a gun with a certain perk on it, it's like instant infusion or dismantling for marks, because it's like if it has the stupid Icarus thing where it's like, oh, you can, I can't remember what Icarus does. It's crap. It's like Icarus sucks. The one where you shoot ammo and get it up sucks. The one where you can collect ammo if it's farther away sucks. The one where your super refills or your magazine refills if you use your super, ooh, complete crap. So it's like certain guns if they have that, it's like instant dismantle or instant infusion. Just you're dead to me. So it's like yeah, it's like you get an awesome gun and it has these perks. It's like whatever. Moving on to the next one. Gotta be able to identify what is good, what is not good, and then like also with like the exotic armor, it's like infusion's awesome or whatever it's called when you pick up an orb and it heals you. Like we really needed that in the Corona thingy. That's good. There's also one that's like instant shield now, which is cool.
Wow.
Those are good. Inverse shadow is like the best one because it's like even more super, super energy granted when you kill enemies at all. So it's like perfect for PvE. I don't really care about PvP because it's like, dude, that's just, it's like, I'll just, whatever, I'll be awesome. It's like, whatever, I didn't need, I need some extra stat bonus perk, blah, 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 thingies. And usually there's like a crossover of like, well, if it's good in PvE, it can be viable in PvP, but it's not like the best thing. So it's like, yeah. So there's like some things where, but like, yeah, it's like, there's probably like some new stuff in like PvP too, where it's like, I haven't really seen it. Like there's some new PvE stuff like I just talked about, so we'll see. I went back and dismantled all my stuff from year one. Well, not all of it, but like a lot of stuff. I was kind of sad, but then I moved on real fast. I've just been using my vault as like space to store blue stuff for infusions later on. If like if it's 290 or higher, if like eventually when I get my new monarchy or future war cult or dead orbit stuff and I need to infuse it real fast, or oh that's the other thing is like I completely forgot. Since you get armor sets from Iron Banner and Trials, I didn't consider that into my plan when I was thinking about that. When I was like, oh, I'll get the tower gear and the faction gear for characters if the tower gear is awesome enough, which I did on the Titan and the Hunter. And then so that's like tower gear and faction gear, Trials gear, Iron Banner gear, raid gear. That's 5 sets of armor with each character, or not each character, but like my Hunter and Titan will have like 5 sets of armor. Warlock gets like 4 because it's like, what was it? He doesn't have any like cool tower gear for the Warlock. Unless like I'm probably going to like go back and look and be like, okay, there's got to be something cool here that's like cool for the Warlock, of course, because yeah. But that's like 5 sets of armor. Luckily though, I have space in the vault now, so it's like, oh, it works. So the day is saved because vault space. We have it again.
It's nice. I am not quite as ambitious, but yeah, something like that. So you're, man, you're gonna need a lot of stuff to infuse those with then.
Eh,
Probably.
not. Well, the thing is, tropical. I'm not trying to get them auto 310 or 300 because I think what I'm gonna do is just like do one set at a time, and like right now just like work on like the PVE gear, and then just like get that to like. Well, I guess I could like over time because I'm gonna be doing the raid every week anyway. So it's like it's gonna happen. It's just gonna be like a slow process. Because like right now, like
Yeah.
when I get extra crap from the raid, which I get 2 sets of law stuff right now that I don't need, and it's like oh well. So just mailing it, I've been infusing it, so it's like it'll happen. It's just gonna be a while. So. Like that 300 ghost shell that you get every week sometimes. It's like, well, I could just dismail it, but I've been putting it into like the other one that you get that's legendary, just in case I feel like, I don't want to have the Kingslayer shell on. I want to have this other one on that's the black and silver or whatever. But or like maybe there's some other cool ghost shell you get later on that's like, oh, good thing I have all these dead ghosts laying here to infuse into, so yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
Huh. I had not thought about that. My vault is still full of year 1 stuff.
It was funny because RPG told me that he still hasn't turned in his year 1 bounties, and they're still sitting there. I was like, what? You're insane. You're ridiculous right now. That doesn't make any sense at all. Why would you hold on to those for that long? You don't even need them now. But I guess that's all I have to say on Destiny. So, still chugging along, slowly but surely, getting there. 307, 3 levels left on my Warlock. It probably won't happen for who knows how long. So yeah, or maybe I'll get like 1 a month, and I'll be there by January. Who knows? 310, believe.
I hope 310 isn't the requirement. I mean, it probably is for hard mode. Because, man, no one's going to be able to get there. We can't run the raid enough to get there because it's not up to us if we get there or not. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have on Destiny 2. Did you play anything else?
No.
So no.
Geometry Wars and Tetris. I'm trying to switch video games, but like I said, I'm trying to fit time like where I can play Tetris to get the stupid marathon thing done on PS4 version. I need to just do that and get it over with. But now it's Iron Banner and Trials week, so that ain't happening. Because yeah, that just came through and like wrecked my schedule. Of like, well, that week I will not be doing anything else that's not Trials and Iron Banner because it's a grind. Ugh, whatever.
Yeah, actually, I ended up with Dragon Quest Heroes, but I haven't opened it yet. And I went out and got the second Toy Box expansion for Disney Infinity, which came out on Tuesday. It's the Speedway one. And I remember a whiles back, I said that, yeah, it's basically like Mario Kart, but with all of the Disney Infinity characters, which is basically all Disney, a ton of Disney characters, a ton of Marvel characters, and now Star Wars characters. But actually, what Tekken said that time is right. Like, it is not. You can't just be Mario Kart. It doesn't feel as good as Mario Kart. It's not, especially compared to the newest one. It's not as interesting as Mario Kart. And it feels like it's more frustrating than Mario Kart 2. Mario Kart does the thing with the blue shell and all the, if you're ahead and all the things that can happen to you while you're ahead. And yeah, like that stuff happens in Disney Infinity Speedway also. So it's like, The cool part, though, is you level up the characters fairly quickly, and I'm not really sure if it's because like the races are really short, or compared to like playing levels, the races are really short, or it's because I have so many characters now, and the XP boost that gives me, I think I'm at like 120 or 30%, so basically double XP all the time. So that's kind of sad. But then, I guess I haven't really played a lot of it yet. The cool part about Disney Infinity so far is, like, every thing that you buy gives you more stuff than I would have thought. You know, originally I thought, oh, you buy this $10 figure, or not even $10, they're like there's regular retail, $14 figure, and it gives you a new character in the game. That doesn't seem like you're getting a lot of stuff. But then, you know, they come with the character. It's like costume and like set pieces and stuff that that sort of belong to that character and unlocks it in the game. So there's a lot of stuff for each thing. And then even Speedway seems like there's a ton of things you can do in it, even though it's all based around sort of kart racing stuff. I also finished the Toy Box Takeover disc, which is the one that's supposed to play like sort of inspired by Diablo. That was really cool. It had sort of a loose story. Speedway has a story too, apparently, which just starts off like Mickey and Minnie are like, oh, there's this race thing going on, and then they join the race. Takeover was like Syndrome steals like this infinity wand and Merlin's wand, and then starts making these evil worlds that you have to travel through. And so you go to places like the Death Star, and I think it's pretty much like all of the themed locales that have been in the different Disney Infinity games. And then there's one place that you go to in Takeover, which is he calls it the Hero Destroyer, and it's basically a randomly generated level every time you go in. So it's like adventure mode for in Diablo, but for Disney Infinity. It's fun. I like that one a lot more than Speedway so far. But I finished the story of that one. And it's like, oh, that was quite cool. I think the best part about Disney Infinity is sort of how well they've translated the characters into these games. They all feel like you would think that everyone who wields a lightsaber would kind of play the same, and I guess at a base level they all do. But just they all have their own animations, and it's slightly different to play each one. It's like,
oh, so there's like more attention to detail and stuff.
Yeah.
Was it just the combat that was done by Ninja Theory, and this is somebody else, or was this Ninja Theory too? Or didn't you say like, they took like each part that was like specified like different game types and gave it to like some other developer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Ninja Theory first they like tightened up the combat gameplay, and that sort of carries over across the entire game. So everything that has combat, it's all better now. And then in addition to that, they also made the like Clone Wars era Star Wars playset. So like the levels and stuff in that one, I think they made that. Whereas Sumo Digital, I think they're the ones who tuned the car driving. So anytime you drive vehicles in the game, like they had a hand there. And they also made the Speedway toy box. So yeah, I still think it's really cool. I'm super excited to see what. Oh no!
Oh no! What?
The stream stopped. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's
small hiccup.
Going like back and it's like the color thingy like indicators going like red, green, blue, or red, yellow, blue, green, red, yellow, green. I'm not sure why it's having such like weird sporadic connection to that.
It's a different day. At least this didn't happen during Iron Banner, because that would be really, frustrating. Yeah, they just announced the next two playsets for Disney Infinity. Marvel Battlegrounds, which I don't understand at all. Like, they're saying, oh, it's the first 4-player playset, and you can use any of the Marvel characters that have been released so far. And it's like co-op, but it's a brawler, and then because they've been showing footage, I was like, there's no enemies. It just looks like the 4 of them are fighting. It's like Power Stone. So, like, which part of it is co-op? and apparently like it's local 4-player co-op. So how does that work? Because the pad only has 2 spots for characters. Are you supposed to like swap them out and then it'll just like know which one? But then how do you like save level progression back to them if they're not on the pad? Are we gonna have to plug 2 pads in? I don't know how that one's gonna work. And then they also announced the Force Awakening, or the Force Awakens. Is that the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's coming out the same day as the movie.
I saw that one.
I guess they can't show anything of that until more Star Wars trailers have come out, which makes me sad. Like, but they showed the figures. The figures look really cool. It's like Kylo Ren is the lightsaber guy with the hilts, and okay, I don't know any of their names. I haven't seen the movie yet. No one has seen the movie yet, so I don't feel too bad about that. For the Marvel one, I'm looking forward to getting Hulkbuster because it looks cool. Sort of. Okay, maybe I'll get Ultron, and I guess the playset itself comes with the movie version of Captain America, who has like he's a mid-range character instead of a melee character. So that will be neat, even though I don't know what that playset is about at all. I feel like I played something else, but I can't remember what it was. So I'm gonna leave it at that. It was a Destiny week, basically. No denying that. It was.
Did you
Destiny.
play any of the Battlefront beta?
Like one game. So I played.
It's funny because like I got an email about it. I did like free for like plus users or whatever, and then or I did like I didn't know it was like a free open beta. I thought like you had to be signed up for it or whatever. Then I got like an email about it, and then like it led me to PlayStation Store. Then I ended up downloading it, which is like a huge file, and it's basically and it's just like I didn't even play the game, and there's been like 2 updates to the file, and I'm like, dude, this is this game just all I did was eat bandwidth for me. Just yeah, it's great.
Sad.
And it's like
Yeah,
I want to play it, but it's like Destiny, dude. Like this is not happening. Like no, just, terrible timing, terrible.
Because I wanted to play Walker Assault, which is the thing that they showed where it's the Battle of Hoth, but I could never find a game. And so I ended up playing survival mode, which is the 2-player co-op thing, but I played it by myself. And it's sort of, I guess, yeah, it's most like Mass Effect 3's online mode, where you're just running around and doing these little objectives, and there's just like tons of enemies and different types of enemies coming out at you in waves, and you're just supposed to survive. It seemed okay. Game looks really pretty. But yeah, like none of those, that's not really the mode that I'm interested in. I want to play, you know, the iconic battles and the Starfighter stuff. That looks really good.
I haven't followed that game at all, and I'm going to be buying it because someone wants me to get it. Is there going to be space combat in that one? Like space levels?
I don't think not in space. Darn. So like all the
So I was hoping there'd be a Death Star trench run thingy.
Oh, that would be really cool.
That's like my favorite.
The thing is, they haven't really shown that much of the game either. You know, like most of the footage I've seen from it is from survival mode, and basically like the stuff that you got to play in the beta is the stuff that they've been showing. And like recently, so one of the complaints about the beta was like basically there's only 4 different weapons, and people were saying, like, is that it? Like there's just 4 different weapons? And I guess that is not the case. Like there's a ton of weapons to unlock and stuff. So yeah, like most of the game is sort of a mystery. They're still unveiling new modes right now.
What happens when you share a game too soon? But I guess it's subjective. It's a giant license game, so I guess I'll take an exception to Star Wars this time around. Whatever. Any other game?
I'm pretty sure their entire marketing strategy was like, look how good it looks, and Star Wars music. You lay that over anything, and it just yeah.
Cue the John Williams theme.
John Williams and blaster sounds. And it's like, if you're a Star Wars fan, it's difficult to resist those types of things. I guess we'll see. That's less than a month away, I think. Did you like buy it already,
I'm
or
going too soon.
Oh, okay. Did you get Uncharted collection? You did, right?
I did. All these games I haven't played. Destiny, why?
Yeah, we're still waiting on thoughts on Devastation and I guess they'll be a little longer or more.
Or more.
But it's true. There's a ton of stuff I want to play right now, and I just can't. I sit down and it's like, okay, what am I gonna play? And the way that the XMB is set up, it's like, oh, Destiny is there. It's like, okay, I'll go in and see what's going on. And I'll go in, and yeah, I just went to see Zur that one day, and then it's like, oh, my friend is here. And then we spent the next like 5 hours doing random stuff in Destiny. Yeah, raid night is like, actually yesterday I was thinking, okay, I'm just gonna play it once, and it makes sense. I only have the one character. People don't necessarily want me to just stick around out of obligation, and but then yeah, after playing the first raid, I'm like, oh, that was fun. Let's do it again. I have different gear now. I want to try it in the raid, and then yeah, even after I dropped out of the third raid, I was like, I'm gonna play Iron Banner now. Oh, it's weird. Yeah, when you play at night, it doesn't feel like you've played that long. But that was 9 hours. Almost non-stop. I left for one bathroom break in 9 hours. I drank no water that entire time.
Actually, I don't know what's funny because I've been streaming my Iron Bannering, and like I just have like just a tome of like long videos on my channel right now, like hours long of just doing stuff. Or no, I started like streaming every time on Tuesday of like when I'm doing stuff. So it's like the Nightfalls are there, my doing stuff in the Court of Orcs is there, and then I went to go do the raid, and that's there, and then playing Iron Banner. It's like, yep, my whole all my life in Destiny. Just
there used to be other games on this channel, but now it's just Destiny.
My channel got Destinied, yes.
Someday. Yeah, like this weekend, I want to get Yoshi's Woolly World, because I guess like 2 people in my household want that Yoshi amiibo. And I was like, well, we're not just getting an amiibo just to have an amiibo. We're gonna get the game too. Luckily, there's a bundle. Hopefully, we won't have to fight for it.
There are a lot of bundles, actually. Of everything.
It's sort of crazy. I guess maybe Amiibo fever has died down around here. Because I went to Best Buy on Tuesday, and they had like one of those pop-up cardboard setup things, and it was just filled with Amiibos that had... I think most of them were from the initial launch, ones that people went and like hoarded and scalped, and yeah, they were just all there, and the box basically said, "Oh, look who's back," and it was like an Amiibo box. I'm like, that's cool. So the rarity is gone now.
Well,
Nintendo has
been hundreds on eBay. Yeah.
Nintendo has basically said, "Yep, we drove up demand. Our job is done." Now let's actually sell some and make some money. Sort of brilliant. evil but brilliant. So middle segment. I did see something that was interesting this week. Eurogamer, so this is sort of related to what you said about Destiny being sort of the end game is sort of focused around the raids. Apparently, the upcoming Call of Duty Black Ops 3, everything is unlocked from the beginning as far as the single player campaign. So in the past, it's like, oh, if you want to see the ending of the game, you have to actually play through the entire game. And for the new one, you don't have to do that. You can, day one, you can put the game in and just play the last mission if you want to do that.
That's weird to me.
Someone has written about this before, actually. They talked about how games are sort of the only medium where it's sort of gated by skill. If you're not skilled enough, you're not allowed to see the rest of the game, is sort of how it's perceived. So you think it's weird. Like, do you think it's a good thing, though?
No, not necessarily. I mean...
So you feel like games should be...
Well, I'm not going to say that, but it's like, it doesn't... It's like, I guess it's not... I'm not going to say it's more bad than good, it's just weird to me. Because it's like it's an under... Or like, compared to like the, normal structure of a game that you play through, it's like, oh, this is completely different.
Well, is it weird? So it's weird because, like, people haven't done it that way.
Well, I think the thing is, it's kind of like back in the olden times when there was level select as like a cheat or something, but that's gone away for such a long time. You could kind of say it's been brought back with that, but then it's like, it's like, why would you? It just, like, to me, it's like, it's just weird because, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't skip to the end of the game, or like, I mean, it's cool that it's there, but it's like not something I would do or use, because I would just play through the game in whatever way I play through it.
Yeah, I mean, the developers hope that you won't just skip to the end. They drew the analogy with like Netflix. When a Netflix series comes, like Daredevil, came out and it was the whole series.
Oh, good point, yeah.
No one is gonna probably go on and just watch the last episode. Yeah. So they're assuming that people are going to play through the entire game, but just to, the example they gave was like, oh, if you got the game, you put it in, you played up to level 2, and then you just sort of stopped because you have work or whatever. And you go to work, and one of your work buddies is like, "Oh, you got to see level 4. It's like so awesome." And so with this, it lets you go and see what they were talking about without having to. Let's say it wasn't level 4; it was like level 9 or whatever. You don't have to like slog through everything to see the cool part that your buddy's talking about.
That's just weird to me. I don't know. It's.
Like what we were talking about with Iron Banner and the raid, a lot of people said that the first raid was like the best part of Destiny.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And they're like, yeah, like all the best design and stuff is in the raid, and yet it's sort of inaccessible for a lot of people who play Destiny. This is sort of different than that, but kind of similar in that, yeah, like games ask a lot of the consumer. You can't. The example they always give is like if a book told you that you had to go, I don't know, do math or something before you could read the next chapter. And if you can't, tough. The book, I don't know, burns itself or something. So do you think, how do you think other people would react to this? Do you think it's something that they will find that, oh, people really like this, and from now on, like, every game is going to be like that? Or do you think it's going to be a lot of people thinking, oh, that's weird, or, oh, you're not real gamers if you don't play the thing from beginning to end?
I could see some games doing it just because it's like, we talk about a lot of like the time investment side. So
Hmm.
it's like just to sometimes it's like I only have so much time, and if I just want to like play this awesome part in the game, and maybe my save file is like not on this thing I'm playing on, so I can just skip to the cool part or something. I don't know.
Oh man, that just reminded me of, or not reminded me, sort of conjured up visions of a nightmare version of this, where it's like, oh, you want to see level 9? Pay us $2, and
Ugh,
we'll unlock it for you.
that is yeah.
Mm. I guess other people have done this kind of like this before, where like Mario has that, right? Was it? Did Galaxy have it, or was it the new Super Mario Brother
I think it
games
was
that
New
had
Super
it?
Mario Brothers.
Yeah, where it's just like the assist mode,
Yeah,
or you could totally skip levels and go to the next one. I guess it's different though, because those aren't really narrative games. Although they are about seeing cool stuff, in a way. Hmm. I don't know. I guess I would have a hard time seeing Uncharted 4 have something like this.
I think it's one of those things where it's like a developer by developer thing. Like I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I just think it's like when like, you said something like when I first said this is weird, but like it's like to me it's just a matter of like the game you want to make, and if you want to have the stuff in it, like how you want to have it, and
Mm,
it's not really because it's like to me it's like not something I would use, but if someone like else wants to use it, it's like whatever. That's their prerogative. So whatever.
mm. Do you think it ties into the thing where I guess a lot of people start games and then never finish them? And so it's basically like the developer spent all this time making all this stuff, and you
Yeah,
see
that I
maybe.
can see from that context it's a good thing, just because like you can just skip around if you get like stuck on some part, or it's like
Mm,
there's some part of like, oh, I don't want to go in this dark alley that's got a bunch of scary things in it. I don't want to play anymore. So yeah.
it's an interesting thing. Um, yeah, that's all really I had about that. It was just an article I saw. I was like, huh, that's interesting. I wonder if people will. I wonder if that is the future. If games will decide, this is an easy way for us to be accessible.
I would imagine it might go that way just because the in the nightmare transaction scenario or microtransaction scenario you envision,
Uh,
it just makes perfect sense of like that to be in some free to play game of like, oh, this is like 1,000 hour game, but if you pay this much, you can skip to chapter 5 or something.
Yikes. That would be terrible. That would probably destroy this entire model. Or actually, whoever did it for free would be like, they would get all this coverage. This one is a free one. Actually free. This is an aside. Do you can you get the Amazon App Store on the Samsung Tab?
I haven't got to. You can pull up the website, but none of the like the instant video thing doesn't work. But you can get the store on it with like through the browser.
Okay. No, like they have their own app called Amazon Underground that you have to download directly from Amazon, and their promotion right now is actually free apps. So there's actually a lot of free to play games on there that have been altered so that they're not free to play. They're actually just free. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So yeah, they strip out all the microtransactions and all the friction that is supposed to drive you towards giving them money, and just made them free games. It's kind of cool. It's kind of nice. Not that much good stuff to play on there, but whatever. Par for the course. Let's look at some news. I feel like I had news. Oh, actually, uh, did you hear the beeping?
No.
Okay, that must have been my computer. That's bad. So, the price drop that was rumored for the PlayStation 4 is real, and it has happened. Starting Friday of last week, I think. PlayStation 4 is now $349.99, and it's a permanent price drop. And they went and adjusted all of the prices on all the bundles that they announced recently. Yes, PlayStation has a lot of bundles right now too. I think most of them went down to 350. I do not remember exactly what each one cost, but it's all somewhere. You look in the store, it's probably there too. Mm. This is not really news, but I thought it was kind of funny. Apparently, there was a website, and I will spare them the embarrassment, mostly because I can't remember which one it was. But apparently, they wrote an article criticizing Uncharted 4 for being too similar to the old Uncharted's because of hands-on time that they had at Tokyo Game Show. But they were wrong because their hands-on time, like, it was familiar because it was an old Uncharted game remastered, and they just, yeah, it was sad. The guy actually wrote, saying, "Oh, as a veteran of Uncharted, I quickly was able to figure out where to go in this one section," and it's like, that might be true, but it might be something else. Like, maybe you've played this game before, or maybe you haven't, and you're lying about being a veteran. It was funny. Lots of people laughed. There were tons, like, even Naughty Dog, I think, was tweeting out stuff. Like, they had a screenshot of Pitfall on the Atari 2600. It's like, oh, Uncharted showed you a vine swinging mechanic. Funny. I guess Battlefront is going to have a season pass.
Oh no.
With 4 things.
Oh dear.
And that is what they're selling it on. I don't know what the 4 things are, and they're not saying, but that is what it is.
Well, that's great. But it's not great. Actually, it's funny because there was an update to Arkham Knight that made all the it like went up yesterday of like you play as all the non-Batman characters in the AR challenges finally 4 months later, and I was like, this is 4 months too late. It's like a season pass holders will be able to use this immediately and can use characters depending on what they've downloaded and installed. Blah blah blah. Everybody's free, or like it was, yeah, whatever. It was, yeah. I was like, whatever. Can't wait for it to be next year to stop hearing about this game because it'll be dead by then. Ho ho! Nothing's not ready. Oh,
that's sad. This for Yukino, if she ever listens to this. Dead or Alive Extreme 3 is coming out in Japan in February. So, import away. Because it doesn't look like it's coming out here. Looking at headlines, seeing if there's anything interesting to react to. Did you hear Titanfall sold 10 million copies?
I did not hear that.
That's unexpected. I wonder if Is that like mostly PC players or something?
I have no idea.
Me neither. But I was surprised.
It's gonna be an interesting time when Titanfall 2 comes out, just because like it was out when was it out when there was no Call of Duty, or was that like launch of Xbox One and there was no Call of Duty out yet? Because it was out. Wait, no, I'm imagining the release date. That's not what happened.
Mm,
Because that came out the same year as Ghost, right?
yeah. Or like after Ghost, I think.
Okay, it came out after. Okay, so it didn't come out
Yeah.
at the same time. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see it release in a world where both Call of Duty and Destiny exist, as well as other games that are currently releasing on current gen. And it can't just be like, oh, we're in a current gen game and there's so very few. Just saying. Have fun with that Infinity Ward. Oh, and it's on
Oh, did you
PS4
see
now. Oh.
Rocket League is adding
Oh, the
Back to the
DeLorean.
Future's
Yeah,
DeLorean
I saw
with
that.
the burning rubber trail. That looks cool. And oh, apparently this week Phil Spencer said that he doesn't know if the Xbox One can catch up to the PS4, and so he's not focused on that anymore. He's just focused on like winning back the trust of their fans.
Ah, that's funny.
Immediately after, like tons of people were sort of saying, like, "Oh, so they've given up PS4 wins," and I guess he had to clarify, like,
That
"No,
was not a mission of defeat.
I just meant that we're focusing on what I said we were focusing on." Yeah, now that they're going to be the same price in the holiday, it's going to be kind of different. Do you think Xbox One outsells PS4 any month throughout the holidays?
At the holidays. It could happen, but I imagine not. So, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, the thing is like, I don't, like, when I think of, like, people, like, the Xbox mindshare, I just think of that it is not a loyal group of fans. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, I can see it happening just because people are like, well, I want to play Halo, but then it's like, yeah. Like, yeah. And it is 350, which is not that high, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It could go either way. So yeah, I could see that happening.
I mean, the thing is, so I watched Halo Nightfall recently, and it sort of reinforces my my assertion that basically Master Chief's story is the only one worth telling in the Halo universe, because the more they've expanded it, the more I'm just like, I don't care about any of this other stuff. But I'm like kind of interested in Halo 5, and I wonder if there are other people out there who are like that, who have a PS4.
I would imagine so, just because Halo fans are weird. Well, I mean, not Halo fans are weird, but there's just so many of them. And yeah, I could see that happening. It's like, oh, well, I got a PS4 because of reason X, Y, Z, but I really like Halo, so yeah. But do they like it enough to buy an Xbox One? That's the question.
That's true. And even the like all the talk about Xbox One having the better exclusive lineup for the holidays. Like, I don't know, like, do people even think like that? It's like, okay, they have the better holiday, so I'm gonna buy an Xbox One right now. And right now, around
Is
me,
anybody
these are
else
the
saying
games
that
that
besides Microsoft? I think that is just their marketing spiel.
Oh, so you don't even buy the better exclusives part?
Psh, try to please Until Dawn.
Until Dawn was amazing.
And like all 5,000 PSN games I bought over the summer.
Have you played it again, Until Dawn?
I have not. I'm waiting until Halloween to kill everybody.
Oh wait, that's right, Destiny.
That too.
Destiny. Urgh.
With more exotic weapons and strikes than the Xbox One version, just saying. Just throwing it out there. No Jade Rabbit.
Oh really? Is that an exclusive one?
Yeah. I keep getting
Man.
killed by it in the Crucible. It's really annoying
Yeah.
because I don't have it yet.
And that one's a quest one to get?
It's not. It's just a drop.
Oh, really? Darn. This is a lot of talk about PlayStation VR this week for some reason. On News for Gamers, N4G, which, most of the headlines are pretty terrible. But occasionally, this is where I come to see if there's stuff that's interesting to react to. Capcom aims to release a big game every 2.5 years. Continued support for last gen as well as next gen.
How long has it been since PS3 came out?
Since PS3 came out?
Yeah, like they said last gen, so that's what they mean, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would think at a 10-year mark, you could just be like,
Yeah, it was like 10 years ago.
we're gonna just like pull the plug on this and not bother with it. But they keep chugging on, so I guess.
Guess a lot of people still have them, maybe.
That is true.
Oh, did you see that?
What is like the benefit of like doing that versus just like dropping it and going full on current gen? Besides having angry fans.
Well, like as more and more attention is put on sort of newer ones, or the newer consoles, like it's less and less crowded on the older consoles. So if you can come out with something that's really awesome for an older console, like you have a better chance at sort of cutting through the noise.
I guess that's true. Like that, what was that game called? The Goosebumps one? Or that's only on PS4, never mind, I thought it was on PS.
Yeah. I don't know. That one's just, it's sort of sad. Like, I actually think it might actually be pretty good. But yesterday when I looked at it, it had 0 ratings in the PlayStation Store. Not it wasn't rated 0. Like, no one had rated it. Destiny power still matters. Okay, that's about Iron Banner. Huh. Well, that's all the headlines I see here. Is this going to be a really short podcast? Oh wait, we had to restart, so I don't know how long it is.
Well, that wasn't like, not, that was like maybe 10 minutes tops of downtime though.
When did we
Oh
start?
wait, we were at like 30 minutes, I think, when they crapped out.
This is what happens when you don't play anything but Destiny. And then in Destiny, you basically do the same thing you do every week. And yes, there was Iron Banner, but it's not fun to listen about people talking about every match of Iron Banner. You want to watch it, which you can totally do because, as we said, Tekken's channel got Destinied. So you can watch all that there. But yeah, I have no more news, and we haven't played anything else. And our middle segment was that thing. What was it? Oh yeah, it was about perhaps more accessible games with chapter select, I guess. Chapter select option, good or bad. So you can comment on that if you hear this. But yeah, we have nothing else for you. So check us out at aimlesspodcast.com and subscribe on YouTube. Are we gonna use Twitch anymore? Maybe.
You never know, Tropical. You never know what the future holds.
Maybe. Look for us on Twitch. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook to find out if we do use Twitch. And I believe we're also still on iTunes. Oh, yeah, I think there's like 50 to maybe 150 episodes on iTunes. You can go into our backlog.
So yeah, what Tropical said and stuff. And yeah, we'll be back next week with more Destiny adventures for me, because I don't know when I'll be able to pry myself away from it to play something else at this point.
I need to play other stuff. But I really want the sidearm and Iron Banner.
The greed for the loot in Destiny is real.
Looks so good.
Yeah, we'll try to maybe figure out how to get RPG back on. He's working all the time now. Jeez, not to go back to the East Coast where the time's all weird now.
Because I think he is playing other stuff.
He is, I think. Yeah, I saw on his Twitter feed he bought Disgaea, so... Yeah. But yeah, it's different episodes, you know. Until next episode, next time you hear from us, until you hear from us again, Aimless Babble Z. And we're now signing off.